Hi, my name is Patty and I'm doing a baking challenge. I release a video every Friday. Welcome to this week's video. Now, let's find out what I'm baking this week.
Let's go for another one here in the middle. Okay, know what it is. This one I've made a few times. It's a cheesecake.
So, let's bake a cheesecake. We'll start by making the crust. We'll be using digestive cookies. You can use graham cookies or whatever cookie you like, and melted butter. So that's what I'm doing here. Mix it all together, and that's going to be our base for the cheesecake. So we will need to start spreading it and pressing it down and forming the base. This might take a while, but we get there. Next, we'll start making the filling. The base is going to the refrigerator while we make the filling. So this is cream cheese and some flour, and we're adding some sugar. We also add a little bit of vanilla, and I'm going to make this a lime cheesecake, so I'm adding 2 limes. But first we'll need to add the eggs one at a time. Usually I add it in like 3 times or 4, and mix. Scrape the bottom of the bowl. Mix it again, and then we're ready to add the lime zest and juice. So I use 2 limes, but if you don't like it very tart, you can reduce it or add more add all the zest and not all the juice, because this was a tart cheesecake, very zesty and citrusy. So if you don't like it, you can replace the lime with another flavor. Mixing the lime, and then we'll add a little bit of cream. I like to add it little by little, and then everything is mixed. I always scrape the bottom of the bowl to make sure that everything is incorporated. Okay, so now you're ready to fill our baking plate, and we are ready to bake it at 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes, and then reduce it to 120 for about half an hour. I overbaked it a little, so it had a little bit of a crack. So I would say that half an hour after those 15 minutes would be ideal. I saw how the cheesecake looked at the time, and I should have taken it out because it seemed to be almost there and I regret it. I left it for 9 minutes more and it cracked. Okay, so here we are doing the topping. This is basically a compote with a little bit of sugar and also lime. You can do it without the lime. As I said, this made it very tart. You can make it with more sugar, or don't add as much lime. I use half a lime for the topping. Okay, so now we are ready to spread the compote. As you can see, the crack is bigger after the cheesecake was refrigerated. So this was in the fridge overnight. I'd say you can try to slice it after 4 hours minimum, but it's really better if you leave it overnight in the fridge. So here I'm slicing it, and then we are going to give it a try, see how it came out. And I hope you like this recipe. As I said earlier, you can reduce the lime or add another flavor to it. Okay, here it is. Hey guys, so I've just finished slicing the cheesecake. Here it is. So now it's time to taste it. So this time I made a lime cheesecake with a berry topping, and I made a small recipe, so I'm going to leave the recipe below, and if you want the regular size cheesecake you can just double the recipe. Okay, so let's taste it. So it's very zesty. I added two limes, so you can really taste the lime. So if you don't like it, you can just have a vanilla cheesecake, or you can replace it with lemon if you prefer it. I think the cheesecake has a good texture. I don't know, I might prefer it with vanilla flavor. Like this, it reminds me of a lime pie. The baked cheesecake or the New York style cheesecake. This is what I usually do. To me, the texture like this is much better than those that you have that are made with gelatin. Okay, so this is done, and I'm going to find out next what I'm baking for next week. Okay, thanks for watching.